Hey guys, this is JC from Bear Tech Hobbies, and today we're going to be building some drive lines, stock drive lines, the wild boar, I guess, plastic stock drive lines that come with every axial kit that I know of. And the reason I'm doing this is the start of a new build for my Jeep. And what we're going to be doing is, instead of doing the standard build where you go through the manual from front to back, I'm going to be building drive lines first. The reason is, as you can kind of see, the aluminum shocks are in this bag, and you start opening bag B on the drive lines, and then I'll move into the shocks. I figured I might as well just build these and get them out of the way, since the extra parts in this bag are for the drive lines. So, with that said, I'll give you a couple tips and show you guys the difference between these and why they come in your kit, because I know some people probably look at this and go, what's the deal? Yeah. Alright guys, I thought I'd show you what comes in bag B. Bag B has got actually 2 steps or stages for your axial build, your SCX10. So, get this out of the way, bag B. Alright, so your 2 stages are, you got your shocks, which is these 4 bags right here. And that's going to be for the next step after this, which is going to be the axial driveline build. Your driveline, these are your metal parts for your driveline, just 2 bags. You're also going to have to go look in your parts tree and find your wild boar drive lines. Your ends, both ends, I mean, they come together in two different part trees for both drive lines. I'll go ahead and show you the which ones you're probably going to need and blah blah blah. Make sure you check your kit, because some of these are going to use the shorter drive lines. I'm pretty sure, like the Dingo. But if you're building this kit, then I'll show you the ones you need. And another thing, like I said, is this is just the metal parts. Your ends for your drive lines are actually metal, and they're not bad quality at all. And so let's get on to the actual build. Just figured I'd show you guys the bag. Unbagging. Alright, so first things first. After you get your metal parts, like I said, you have to go and find your parts tree with your actual plastic driveline shafts. As you can see here, it's going to come with 5 per tree, and then each tree also come with 2 of these safety pin holders for your drive lines. But anyways, the ones that my kit use are the longer ones. So it would be medium one here and this one. Those 2 are going to be what make up my drive lines. Now, if you were to customize your SCX10, or say get I think the Dingo, I'm not sure which one the Dingo would be, but you have the choice of using smaller drive lines with these parts here, which would make up, a big difference in size. If you just see, see the difference in axle size here. Oh shoot, that's not the right one. Oh well, anyways, you can tell. Here's the small one right here, the one I was just building. And then you'll have one more piece, which is this long shaft. Now, I just think this is just your extension. So on my standard drive lines, if say I want to make it a little bit longer, I could put this in there, and from the stock setup, as you can see here, I want to get in there, it's taller. I mean, by, I'd say, I don't even know, 1/5 of an inch. Oh no, that's more of a 1/4 of an inch, a little bit more, maybe, but not much. So I mean, these are your 3 sizes that you can technically build in the kit. It's pretty cool. Like I said, we're just going to be using these ones right here. So get these bad boys going. Let's see. Yep, that's the wrong one. Alright. These 2. These are just nice little spare parts. Alright, so like I said, you need your 2 driveline ends, both ends. So there's 4 pieces here. And then you also need your 4 safety pin, your pin captures ring. Then you'll have your 2 bags, which come in bag B. The rest of those parts will be for your shocks, so you won't be needing them. First thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and open up these bags and pour them into my, if I can find my razor knife. So here's your ends. And then we're going to get the small bag. Be careful, you don't want to be losing none of these. You don't get no extra in your kit, so you'll be crap out of luck. Alright. So, I'll just explain the parts. You're going to have 4 of these cups, these out cups. I don't know exactly what they're called, but what you do is you're going to end up taking these pieces and joining them together so that they have, I guess, 360-degree movement, or constant velocity joint, I guess that's what it is. But they have these little capture, really small, but these little capture pins that have a hole for a smaller pin. And what you're going to do is set these in here, and then I'm lining up these holes and getting them in so that it has full movement. After that, you go ahead and use one of these. Is it a 3? Let me see what size this is real quick. That's a 2.5 millimeter, I think 8 millimeter long screw. It's a flathead. This screw has to be locked tight into the shaft. Otherwise, you will lose your driveline screw and it'll just come disconnected. I mean, you're going into metal, which I think this is metal. Yeah, it's metal. I don't recommend using your teeth, but yeah, metal. So Loctite is imperative so that you don't lose any of your parts. I'm going to try this blue stuff. I'm hoping it holds up. I haven't heard anything. If it doesn't, I'll go to the green. Make sure you don't get red Loctite if you're buying your own. That stuff, have fun getting it off. And for these type of small projects, it's more meant for automotive. Don't mess with it. Alright, so let's get on to it. First thing first, I've already cleaned up all my parts here. I'll go ahead and start with these ends. Actually, I'll just build one for you. What am I talking about here? You don't need to see both of them built. So, we've got both of our ends here. I'll start with the in shaft, or the inner shaft. Okay, first things first. We're going to take your metal, let me see what they call this. Drive shaft output. Alright, I feel like a retard. I'm used to dog bones, alright, so bear with me here, guys. Yeah, so your drive shaft output, and then you're going to take your coupler. I should have known that's what it's called. Coming from the fire department and stuff. Anyways, take your coupler and your drive shaft output. And what you're going to do is try to line these screws up before, right here. I mean, not screws, but these holes here. But before you do that, you actually have to place this little tedious capture pin, and you want to slide it in. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see it doesn't want, it wants to slide in and out. To make this easier, what I'll do is I'll just use some cheap Tamiya grease. I'll put a little bit right inside the hole here. Probably seen this. I think everybody does this. Just makes life so much easier. Oh, I got grease in my hands. It's hard to pick it up now. So anyways, get it in there. Take the excess that's here, kind of rub it around. You're going to need a little bit of lubrication in there anyways. So we'll hold that together and keep it from moving too much. So now, I don't know if you can see, but you can see right through it. It's got the pin in there and it's facing this line, this cut groove in here. And that's where it needs to be facing out straight as possible. Alright, next step is we're going to take our coupler. You notice there's this little mini hole there on both sides. Now you're going to take this and stick it in there and try to line up that little capture pin's hole in there with this hole so that you get a straight shot, because you got a really small pin that you're going to be putting in here, which is the one you see right here. And you're going to take your pin, move this out of the way so you can get some better contrast. What I'm doing here, oh, I got grease on my hands. I'm going to have to wipe it off because it's not, these Gerber aren't the best thing to use, I guess. I just trying these Gerber food tops for your screw catch and screw sorter. It's kind of a funny little thing. I like to do little DIY crap. So anyways, wherever's cheaper, I'm spending enough on this hobby. Alright, so we'll get that in there. What we're going to do is you'll see the pin and the hole in there. You just push it through and it'll pop that pin right in there. And now, make sure you don't lose that pin. Hold it in there, but you got yourself a CVJ here, which should work perfect. Nice, and it's not that smooth, but I guess it'll work. Alright, set that aside, set this down, make sure you don't lose that pin. If you do, just make sure you place it back in there. We'll go ahead and do that with the next one. A little more, I just wiped my hands off, which is not the smartest thing because I'm going to do this again. So what we'll do is we'll take another one of our out drive shafts. Stick in my hair. Alright. Put a little bit of Tamiya crap grease in here. I mean, I don't know if it's crap. I like Tamiya kits. I just don't think it's that high quality, so no one freak out on me here. I know there's probably better ways of doing this. This is just me doing it my way, so people, you know, I like to watch videos online so I can get and watch multiple people do different kits so that I can see the best way possible of building a kit. So, oh, it's trying to get out. It's in there. Now we'll take our coupler, line those holes up, just like we did on the other one. Take your little 5x1mm pin. Get the lock in there. Alright, make sure you don't lose your screw again. I mean your pin. Alright, moving nice. Alright, set this one down. Alright, so I've almost got one drive line done. Wipe my hands off. Bear with me here. I don't know if I've said this probably in my videos before, but screen wipes. Just go to your Dollar Tree, dollar store, any type of 99-cent store, probably any type of appliance. Walmart probably carries them, but they're these wipes, and they have just enough alcohol on there to remove a lot of crap. And they're not too harsh on anything else. And I use them for everything. They're fragile enough to use on my Galaxy tablet and stuff, yet I can use it for stuff like this too. So I'll go ahead and actually use it right here and clean off the excess oil around this pin area where that screw might go in, because oil and Loctite aren't the best friends. Alright, so there we go. Alright, your next step is to take your handy little capture ring here. Yours will be black and they'll come on your parts tree for your drive lines, but I went and painted mine up some steel, what is it, yeah, it's enamel, steel enamel brush on paint. I could have spray painted it, but I just thought I like to do a lot of hand paint. Alright, so what you're going to do is take this and slide it over and capture that pin, that little 3mm pin. It'll go on there nice and snug. And now, it should hold that pin in. Now, it'll still fall off until you screw it on, but it's a lot safer to set it down without worrying about your pin freaking rolling off or whatever. This white mat you see here is not a magnetic mat. I'm about to get one for that reason. Alright, there we go. I got mad cotton mouth. It's been really hot here. I gotta get a drink of water. I'll just cut that out, you guys. Alright, so there's our two ends for our drive lines. And there's really only one more step. We're going to take two of these, I think it's 2.5 millimeter hex flathead screws. And I don't have the best hand driver. I'm about to pick me up a new set. I lost my really nice set. So I can't use my driver, my standard driver, because it won't fit through the drive lines. It'll fit through this one, but it actually will not work for this one. It's got a lot smaller hole, so bear that in mind, you guys. You're probably going to have to use one of these, unless you have a nice set of hex tools, which are for RC, which I'm going to be picking up. You're going to have this problem, so make sure this is long enough. Alright, so it is. Okay, so what we're going to do is push this screw back out, because I just want to make sure it's long enough. Alright, so you got two of them here. Take our included axial blue Loctite. Hasn't been opened yet. Now be careful, this shit, excuse my language, this crap can be such a pain in the butt. It doesn't really like to come out too easy. I don't know if it's because maybe the elevation I'm at, but what I like to do is I'll take one of these access bags here from your kit, and I'll just put a little bit of this Loctite right on that bag. I do this for all Loctite. Try not to put too much, because you know these screws don't need too much. And what you do is you give yourself a nice little pond, or puddle I would say, of Loctite, so you can soak it up onto the screw. Oh. So what I like to do is just set it in there, and I don't get the whole thread, I like to only do half. But actually for this blue stuff, I might as well try to get the whole thread. It's not that strong. Alright, so there we go. First screw. Now what you're going to do is take this shaft, and you'll see a T in here, and what it's going to do is it's going to capture right in to this drive shaft coupler. Sorry, my daughter's crying. And what that'll do is it'll give it still torque and not twist too much. If you're just like stick it in there with just a pin and expect to like tighten it, you know what I'm saying? So what this does is it allows you to not use a pin, and it captures it in there real nice. I think it's a nice little design. What you're going to do is then flip this baby over and stick your screw in there. And tighten it up. Now since you are using Loctite and it is to metal, you don't have to tighten it too gnarly. For some reason I can't seem to get it in. There we go. What you doing here? For some reason we're having some technical difficulties. There we go. Alright. Using these really small elements, just I gotta get a new pair. Especially if I expect to do videos, man. This is no fun. The tools make the job. Alright, so once I start getting a little bit of resistance, I'll just stop twisting. And I'll just give it maybe a quarter turn, maybe a half turn. Just so it's nice and snug, but doesn't need to be like welded in there with the tension and all the heat and friction that you're going to cause by tightening it, over tightening it. I almost stuttered there. I'm looking at these steel rings, and they actually look nice. I mean, they add a nice little touch to the stock kit. I like to do that with a lot of my kits. Go through here and use the same stock steel. I did the bumper. You can barely see it probably, but the little spider symbol. Yeah. Got, let's see, little hooks, U-hooks, D, whatever the fuck they call them. And then my little tank. I'm gonna be painting it the rest of the way, but I got all the bolts painted. It's gonna look pretty cool. I still have to do the steering wheel and the shifter knob set up, but yeah, it's a model, so I'm going crazy, even though I know it's not gonna stay that clean and that nice for that long. I mean, it is an SCX10 we're talking about here. But anyways, let's keep going here. I've got to go eat. My wife's gonna flip out. No, she don't flip out. She loves me. She actually bought me this this kit we're building here because I didn't get my funds in early, so she bought it for me for Father's Day. So tomorrow's Father's Day, 2014. So to all you fathers out there in the RC, man, definitely nice to have. It's a great family. I can't wait for my daughter to get into it. I know she's going to. She gets all googly-eyed and stares at all my bags in here and everything. She definitely wants to be a part of it. It'll be nice getting more females into this hobby. Alright, so what we're going to do is do the next one. This one we can actually use my nice driver, wherever it's at. And I noticed doing these kits, especially on the Wraith, when I first did my Wraith, oh damn hairs, I gotta cut my hair. They give you these screws, and you don't want to be using these standard Allen wrenches. I mean, if you read the manual, it'll tell you too, probably in the beginning of it. You don't want to be using junk Allen keys or hex keys. They will strip these bolts out, and when you're trying to get them into this plastic, it's not easy. So it's nice to be able to have some backing with some force from your hands. I mean, not too much because you will screw it up, but a nice little, this is for my computer stuff, but a nice little driver is a must-have. So what we'll do is we'll set this up. This one's a lot easier, and take it, just slide it in there. Alright, not too tight. Oh. I've got really nice, these ones right here are really nice. They fit snug. Wow. I think I might have over-tightened it just a little bit. Oops. Yeah, it's fine. It's just a brand new screw with that powder coating they do on these black screws. Got a little lodged in there. Alright, so there's our next part of our drive shaft. We put these together, and we successfully assembled a wild boar stock SCX10 or any axial driveline. Besides the chrome, I mean not chrome, but steel rings that I painted, which, you know, if you're building a stock kit, I'd advise that. I mean, I went with steel so it matched the axle logos here, and as you can tell or see, it's actually really nice. It looks good on it. So I don't have to show you building the second one, but yeah. Alright, you guys, well, after I get all this squared away, I'll wrap you tomorrow, but this build's taking me some time. I will be building the shocks. Like I said, my build's different. I'm not building it stock. I would say your stock build going through the manual from front to back. I'm going to be building a little bit different. Alright, you guys, like, subscribe.